Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another budget video. So as usual, what we're gonna do today is go over last month's budget and then kind of review what Brittany and I have planned for this month. So it's the beginning of November. Christmas is coming up pretty soon, so we actually don't have anything budgeted for Christmas gifts this month, which is probably a lack of judgment on our part. we may work that in there, we may not, just depends. First off, we're gonna review October, then we're gonna get into November, and then we're gonna talk about some things that Brittany and I have planned coming up very, very soon. In last month's budget video, we were talking about how Brittany and I we have been kind of putting off investing for so long just because we have so many other things that we're planning to pay cash for. We've kind of changed our minds a little bit. So we're gonna be talking about that at the end of the video. So with that being said, let's get into it. And as always, guys, if you like the way Brittany and I have our budget laid out, this is available to download at our website, totally free, no email address required. So check that out if you want.
We'll leave the link down in the description below. So for food, we spent $497.72, and our mortgage, we just round up, so we budgeted $14.50, we spent $14.49 and 1 cent. For utilities, we estimated around $175. We actually were under at $110.05. Gas, $200. We thought we may be traveling a little bit more, but we actually ended up traveling less, so it was $111.46.
Yep.
For health insurance, that's $0. It's taken out of my paycheck. And for auto insurance, we budgeted $140. We spent $145.11, so it was slightly higher this month.
So it's important to mention that within auto insurance is like a personal property policy as well. So it's not just auto insurance in there.
And for life insurance, we just round up to 12, and it was $11.49. For phones, we didn't spend anything this month. For internet, we budgeted $105. We ended up spending $104.80.
Yep, so taxes got raised on our internet a little bit more.
Yeah. And then for haircuts, we budgeted $35 and we spent exactly $35. Gym, we're still working out at home, so nothing spent there. And fun money, we budgeted $60. We only spent $31.30. And then for my fun money, I took out $40 cash at the beginning of the month. So for miscellaneous, we like to give ourselves a little bit of a buffer, so we like to budget $200 for that. We ended up spending $165.79. And for the house, we do a miscellaneous budget as well until we get more comfortable with the expenses for that. And we budgeted $150. We ended up spending $35.
The 35 was just on, we just paid somebody to mow our lawn for us. That was it.
Yeah. And for furniture, we budgeted $200. Didn't spend anything on that, $0. Anniversary, we budgeted $1,000 because there was a few things we wanted to do that were pretty pricey, but we ended up just spending $108.02.
Yeah, we may still end up doing those things. What ended up happening is like the first thing we planned to do kind of fell through.
Yeah.
And then we had something else we had planned to do as like a backup, and we just never got around to scheduling it because we were so busy.
Yeah, we were. But we did go out to eat at a really nice restaurant.
Yeah,
so
that was fun.
Good.
So that's what this $108.02 is, just for a nice late lunch, early dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so in total, all of this adds up to $2,844.75. If we scroll down a little bit, there are these three categories right here that we've always kind of had trouble with predicting the amount of money we're spending each month. So that's like why we don't have anything over here dedicated to medical, car repairs, or investing. So for medical expenses, we had $50 this month, nothing major. So grand total this month, $2,894.75, which is well below our estimate of $4,382 over here. Down here is kind of like where we list out all of our cash, all of our bank accounts. So we have 2 accounts with Ally. We love Ally Bank. Not affiliated with them at all, but if you're looking for an online bank, we highly recommend them. I've got a business checking and business savings account right here, and we have an account with USAA. So total at the beginning of the month, we had about $35,500. This is kind of our expense area right here. So we take our current amount of cash, add up what we project our income to be, subtract our estimated expenses here and business expenses here, and this number is how much we estimated to have at the end of this month. And you guys will see very soon that we have a lot more than that. We're very happy with how things panned out this month.
Yeah. So now we're gonna quickly go over our November budget, so what we've planned to spend this month. So a lot of the things are pretty much the same, so we'll go through those. Food, we plan the same amount, $575. For the mortgage, $1,450. We round up the whole numbers. It just makes it so much easier. And then utilities, $175.
It is getting a little bit colder, so we are expecting our utilities to go up because we'll have to be paying for more heat. Weather's kind of all over the place right now. It was like 75 degrees the other day, and I think last night it got down close to in like the low 40s, I think.
And for gasoline, we budgeted $200, just because with Thanksgiving coming up, we may travel, we may not, just depends. And then health insurance is taken out of my paycheck, so that's $0. Auto insurance is $150. Life insurance $12. Phones, we don't plan on paying anything this month.
We prepaid our phones for the rest of the year 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
And then for internet, $105 we budgeted for just in case, but it may or may not be that amount, just depending on the taxes that they charge us. And haircuts, $80. I plan on getting a haircut this month as well as Mike. And gym, still $0. Fun money, the same at $60. And for my fun money, we budgeted $40 again as well. Miscellaneous, we like that buffer, so we did $200 again.
if you're just getting into budgeting, having a miscellaneous category is, in our opinion, super important because, I mean, just from Brittany's and my experience, like there are always things that come up that you just totally don't even think about.
Yeah.
You know, your life may be a little bit different than ours. You may have to budget a little bit higher for miscellaneous or a little bit lower for miscellaneous stuff, but having a miscellaneous category, I think, is a good thing to have.
Yeah. For house miscellaneous, we did $150 again. And for furniture, we increased it slightly to $400 for this month.
Yeah, we do want to buy 2 mirrors for our master bathroom. We don't have any mirrors in our master bathroom yet, and we've been talking about buying some for a long time, and we really want to commit to buying some this month. So we're using our guest bathroom mirror right now.
I've just been so busy that it's easy to get pushed aside for all this stuff.
Okay, so grand total $3,597 for this month in estimated expenses. So last month, like we were saying, we had $35,500 at the beginning of the month. This month we have just barely over $40,000, which is very nice to see $40,000 in cash. Again, it's been a long time since we've had that much money in cash.
So our income this month of October was actually higher than what we thought it would be.
Yeah, way higher, and we're also able to get our expenses a lot lower too. So our current amount right here, just over $40,000. Our income, again, we're just estimating $5,000. It's really difficult to estimate this because even though Brittany works a 9 to 5, like, you know, some days she works a little bit longer, some days she works a little bit less, and then my income, I'm self-employed. It can be way up here, it can be like down in the gutter, and
It's more on the safe side, is what we tend to do with our income.
Okay, and then expenses, that's just this number right here, $3,597. Business expenses, I didn't really spend much in business expenses last month. More than likely, this number is going to be more because this month is the month that Brittany and I will probably be building out our YouTube studio in our office. So we're gonna have to buy paint, furniture, computer upgrades. So this number may actually be closer to like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah.
After all that's taken into account, $40,400 or so by the end of the month. More than likely, if we spend a lot more for business stuff, it's gonna be closer to like $37,000 or so. So that's our November budget. And again, if you guys like the way we're doing this, the link to download this template is in the description. More than likely, we're going to be changing up our budgeting style very soon because we do plan on investing this month, and from here going on into the future, we'll probably have a budget that's more dedicated to like a net worth type of thing rather than just like how much cash we have. I'm also going to be developing much more like fully fledged out budgets for purchase on our website. A lot of you guys have been asking me about that, like if we have anything more than this or more sophisticated, things like that. And while we don't yet, I do plan on, guys, I've got so many cool ideas for budgets. It's going to take me a while to figure out how to code them and like how to put them together in an organized way that makes sense. I'm excited about getting to work on them because I think they're going to be really good and really helpful.
And he gets to nerd out on them with all the numbers, so it's going to be really nice.
Yeah. So like we were saying at the beginning of the video, there have been many things that Brittany and I have been saving our money for. And so we were talking about last video about how we were kind of putting off investing just because we had so many things we want to buy, and we didn't really feel like we could comfortably afford to do that and do all this other stuff that we really want to do. We feel like maybe it should take more of a precedent right now. However, we kind of changed our minds a little bit, and we want to go ahead and put some stuff away for a Roth IRA for both of us, just in case any other plans that we try between now and the time we want to retire, like if everything else fails, at least we'll have a little bit of money, or the goal is to have like at least $1 million by retirement in a Roth IRA, just in case everything else we do fails miserably and we fall flat on our faces with everything. More than likely that's not going to happen, but we want to have our Roth IRAs funded, just kind of like a hedge against that. So what Brittany and I have been doing over the past few days is researching brokerage accounts. We opened up Roth IRAs for both of us. That's also something that we more than likely may do this month in November is just go ahead and fully fund those and have that be that. And then since it's close to the end of the year, the beginning of next year is coming up pretty soon, we could go ahead and like put even more money in them at the beginning of next year and then kind of like just be done with it for the time being. Then we can focus on all this other stuff that we want to do. Hopefully we'll have enough cash left for those things after we fund our Roth IRAs. But even if something bad happens financially, worst case scenario, we can always pull out our contributions to our Roths without penalty. So, so that's good.
That's a big reason why we wanted to do the Roth IRA, just in case of, for any reason, a really big emergency happened, we could still pull from it.
That being said, there are still many things Brittany and I are going to have to pay for very, very soon with cash, or probably within the next couple of years or so. One of them is orthodontic work for me. And it's not like I have got a bunch of stuff wrong with my mouth. It's just my bite's kind of off. And I had braces before. I had one of those expanders before. Like my mouth was just full of metal when I was in middle school. And I guess that didn't work like it should have, because now my teeth are all misaligned and my bite's off again. So I really don't want to have braces again. I really don't want to have an expander again. But I don't want my teeth to continue getting more and more crooked over the years, and I would like to be able to bite properly. Not that I can't chew my food right now, but like it's just off a little bit. And I don't want it to get worse, and I don't want to start causing more problems in other areas. I'm not sure how much orthodontic work is going to cost, but it's not inexpensive at all. It's probably going to be between $2,000 and $6,000. Our insurance will cover some of it, but yeah, I have an appointment very soon to figure out exactly what I'll need and how much it's going to cost. So that's one big thing that we'll probably have to do fairly soon.
And another big thing is replacing my car. So it's getting really old. It has almost 200,000 miles on it. And also we are trying to save for some maintenance for Mike's car that he'll need. That will be a few $1,000s as well.
Yeah.
So just trying to balance that and figure out when exactly we're gonna have to replace my car and then do the maintenance on his.
The maintenance is expensive, but it's not like all that expensive. The thing is, Brittany's car isn't worth all that much. It may be worth like $500, $600. So like every time we go in to get something even like semi-major done to it, it costs multiple times the car's value to get it fixed or to get it updated and maintained. And we're just kind of getting tired of doing that. We'd rather spend $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 on not a new car, but a new car to us, something newer that's not going to have all the mechanical issues that happens when you own a car that's 16 years old. I do know my car has to have some maintenance done soon. That's probably going to cost $2,000 or $3,000.
And something else we really want to get done, especially soon within the next few months, is that YouTube space that we were talking about before.
Brittany and I were just adding up like how much all this stuff is going to cost that we not only need to do, but we kind of want to do. And it's not a need, but like it's close to being a need. Everything's around $35,000 or $37,000, which is...
And that is
it's like all the money we have right now.
That includes like expanding our emergency fund, especially if we have kids, and budgeting for that as well.
Yeah.
So the medical costs and expenses with that.
And funding our Roth IRAs, which is something we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So that's where that $37,000 came from.
Yeah. So obviously we don't have enough cash to be able to do all that stuff right now. So it's really going to be a matter of prioritizing what comes first, what gets pushed off, like what is it like an immediate need, what needs to get done right now, and what can we wait on. That's the thing, like we've been waiting on, we've been pushing all these things off for longer than both of us would want to already. Yeah, this year, 2020, has just hadn't really gone as expected, which is fine. We've adapted, we've dealt with it. Things will get better in the future. But yeah, I feel like some of these things we will have to push off a little bit more. So Brittany and I have some decisions to make this month. So that being said, you guys, that's it. That's our October budget review and how things are looking this month for November. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. Helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm.
And don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on Instagram at It's Mike and Britt. We post there occasionally.
Yep. And just last reminder, our budget template is down in the description if you want that. Totally free. And again, it's probably going to change over the next month or 2 months. So I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep all of our previous versions of our budget template available if you want to try them out, because the one we're using in this video is slightly different than the one we have available, just very slightly. If you want all of our budget templates, like everything we kind of go through with trial and error, to be available, let me know. Probably not going to be too hard to make that happen, but I don't want that budget template page full of download links to various versions of our budget. I feel like that may be a little confusing. That being said, you can also grab your free stock with Robinhood, link below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.